Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Today, I invite you on a spiritual and historical journey to the humble town of Quba, just outside Medina. Here stands a mosque unlike any other. It is not the largest or the most extravagant, but it holds a title no other can claim. It is the first mosque ever built in Islam, Masjid Quba, in the year 622 CE, during the Hijrah, the migration of Prophet Muhammad from Mecca to Medina. He stopped in the village of Quba. Before even entering Medina, the Pr. Allah himself praised this mosque in the Quran, in Surah At-Tawbah, verse 108, "A mosque founded on piety from the first day is more worthy for you to stand in." This reference is about Masjid Quba. It is said that the Prophet would visit Masjid Quba every Saturday, walking or riding to offer 2 rak'ahs of prayer, and he encouraged others to do the same. Originally a simple structure made from mud bricks and palm trunks, Masjid Quba has gone through several renovations over centuries. Today, it has 4 elegant minarets, beautiful white domes, and space for over 20,000 worshippers. Yet, its spirit of humility and piety remains untouched. The Prophet said, "Whoever performs ablution at home and then goes to Masjid Quba and offers a prayer in it, will have a reward equal to that of an Umrah." Ibn Majah, SubhanAllah. Imagine gaining the reward of. Masjid Quba is more than a historical site, it is a symbol of Islam's beginnings, of community, of purity, and of unwavering faith. From its mud brick origins to its luminous white walls today, it stands as a reminder that sincerity and faith are the true foundations of any place of worship. So next time you visit Medina, don't forget to walk in the footsteps of the Prophet, and step into the sacred serenity of Masjid Quba. You won't just be visiting a mosque. You'll be touching history, FAI. Imagine the dusty roads of Arabia, the scorching sun, and the hopeful eyes of believers. When the Prophet arrived in Quba after his long journey from Mecca, he was greeted with love, joy, and devotion. This was more than a migration, it was the beginning of a new chapter for Islam. Visual, artistic animation of the Prophet's arrival, with companions smiling, palm trees swaying, and the village of Quba in the background. The Prophet didn't rest. He chose a piece of land and began building a house of Allah with his own hands. His companions joined him, building together in unity. This was the first physical foundation of Islam. And it began with bricks, sweat, and sincerity. Visual idea, slow-motion animation of hands placing bricks, date palms in the background, voices reciting takbir softly.
مجد قباء يا فجر النور فيك الدعاء فيه السرور نسعى إليك بكل حب والقلب فيك دوما يسري مجد قباء يا فجر النور فيك الدعاء فيه السرور نسعى إليك بكل حب والقلب فيك دوما يسري مجد قباء يا فجر النور فيك الدعاء فيه السرور نسعى إليك بكل حب والقلب فيك دوما يسري مجد قباء يا فجر النور فيك الدعاء فيه السرور نسعى إليك بكل حب والقلب فيك دوما يسري مجد قباء يا فجر النور فيك الدعاء فيه السرور نسعى إليك بكل حب والقلب فيك دوما يسري.
The early Masjid Quba had no carpets, no domes, no chandeliers. Just an open space with walls made of mud, a roof of palm leaves, and the hearts of believers. Yet the presence of the Prophet made it the most sacred space on earth at that moment. Masjid Quba was more than a place for prayer. It was a place of teaching, discussion, healing, and unity. New Muslims found comfort there. The Ansar and Muhajirin built bonds there. The roots of the Ummah, our global Muslim family, were planted right. The Masjid Quba was also inclusive. Women prayed there, children played in its courtyard. Islam was never meant to be locked behind walls, it was always for the whole family, for the whole society. Quba was the first proof of that. Today, Masjid Quba stands tall and beautiful, with white marble walls, glowing lights, and peaceful courtyards. But more important than its appearance is the fact that it still calls us to purity, unity, and prayer, visual, real modern-day drone footage or photos. The Masjid Quba was also inclusive. Women prayed there, children played in its courtyard. Islam was never meant to be locked behind walls, it was always for the whole family, for the whole society. Quba was the first proof of that. Today, Masjid Quba stands tall and beautiful, with white marble walls, glowing lights, and peaceful courtyards. But more important than its appearance is the fact that it still calls us to purity, unity, and prayer, visual, real modern-day drone footage or photos. Did you know the Prophet visited Masjid Quba every Saturday? Rain or shine, walking or riding. Even after he moved into the heart of Medina, he would not miss this visit. A weekly journey to honor the house of purity. You could challenge your viewers, what small weekly act can we commit to that brings us closer to Allah? Dear brothers and sisters, Masjid Quba is not just a story in history. It's a living example of how faith begins small, but grows vast. Whether you're building a mosque. O Allah, make our homes like Quba, homes of purity. Make our intentions like the Prophet's, full of sincerity. And bring us to Masjid Quba, to stand where he stood, to pray where he prayed, and to feel what he felt. Ameen. Close with soft dua recitation over visuals of Masjid Quba at night. Thank you for joining this journey through time. If this touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Adventure To Noor, where we explore the beauty, history, and light of our Dha. The Hijra wasn't just a journey, it was a command from Allah. A test of faith. For years, Muslims had prayed facing Jerusalem in Mecca under persecution. But now, after years of struggle, the first peaceful sanctuary for Islam was being born. Quba was not the end of the journey. It was the first breath of a new era, visual idea, split screen, Mecca under hardship on one side, Quba in the sun on the other. Contrast struggle with peace. Why is Quba so beloved? Because it was built with pure intentions. Allah says in the Quran, "In it are men who love to purify themselves. And Allah loves those who purify themselves." Surah Tawbah 9:108, it's not about how big the building is. It's about the heart behind it. That's why the reward of praying here equals an Umrah. Near Masjid Quba was a well, where the Prophet and his companions would draw water. Clean, cool, and symbolic of purity. Even today, people visit the area and make. The companions loved Masjid Quba. Sayyiduna Umar ibn al-Khattab once traveled all the way from Medina to Quba just to pray 2 rak'ahs and return. Why? Because the Prophet did it. This was how deeply they followed his sunnah, even in the smallest actions. Don't delay doing good. The Prophet built a mosque before settling into his new home. Never underestimate